All right, you guys. So I just wanted to make this quick video to collaborate on the first video that I made this morning in regards to seeking your advice. So the question was in regards to a previously situation that's running over to a current situation that I'm seeking on how would you handle this matter. So what happened previously, I will order packages through Amazon, and because I live in an apartment complex, the units letters are the same. So if I'm letter D with a different address, but we are in the same lane within our gated area, one is on the right side of the complex, say there's a walkway in the middle, and the other's on the other side, the left side of the walkway. Two different addresses, but the same letter. Amazon's been delivering my packages to the opposite side, which is incorrect. Okay. Instead of the neighbor returning the items, the neighbor is making it difficult for me to receive my items. This is not her fault nor my fault. However, when trying to retrieve these items, she's making up excuses why she cannot give it to me, or she's avoiding me. For an example, the last situation that happened was I seen that my items went to her home. I left a note and said, "Hey, you got my items, can you please return them?" She takes the note off the door but don't return the item. So I wait and I call the landlord. The landlord had visit our houses, our homes, because we had to do inspections. So during the inspection time, I said, okay, well, maybe when the landlord comes, she's going to give it to the landlord, and the landlord can easily return it to me or keep it in the office and call me. This didn't happen. So I notified the landlord, say, hey, I noticed you went to such and such home. I have a package that was incorrectly delivered to this address. I left her a note, so I was hoping that maybe if she didn't want to give it to me, she was going to give it to you. That wasn't done. So I confront the landlord, calls, and the landlord tells the person, hey, you got the neighbor's stuff, and they know, so can you return it? Instead of this neighbor saying, yes, I'll return it, the neighbor says, no, I'm not doing anything. If they want it, they come get it. So I'm on the phone with the landlord, said I tried to come get it, and I actually saw her there. She avoided me, like started walking fast to her car. You know, you could tell a difference between someone gradually walking to their car or someone in a rush to get to their car. As soon as I opened my door, she turned around and she just started walking super fast. Okay. So that was A. So finally, I go get my package. The adult never comes to the door. She sends a minor to hand me my package, and mind you, the child looked like she was between the ages of 4, 5, no older. Okay, she's not even in the doorway where I can talk to her. Not, I still say thank you all this time. I'm still acting reasonable, polite, and trying to be understanding because, like I said, it wasn't her fault or nor my fault. It was Amazon's fault. So I wait 24 hours. I said, well, I need to talk to her adult to adult. I'm not going to engage with nobody's child because I don't want that to happen to mine. I told her, like, hey, is something wrong? I try to get my package multiple times. I don't know why it's happening. As you can see, the address is correct. I'm not putting the wrong address. She confirmed that. I said, well, why you just can't return my stuff or just leave it on your porch and I can pick it up because I know where it's going to. Because Amazon, not only I requested for them to take a picture of the items when it's dropped off because it happened before, I also have a surveillance camera that can see exactly where they're going. Because Amazon, I have the alert where they text me and say package received at 12:15. I pull up the order, it tells you the address it dropped it off. And not only is that, so I say 12:15, I look on my surveillance camera at 12:15 to see exactly where they walked to. All this backup proof, right? I'm explaining that to her, and she goes, I'm not Amazon, so why should I have to bring you your package? I'm still being polite. I said, you don't have to. Just leave it on your porch. You're taking it in your home and making it hard for me to receive it because you're in the home. I'm knocking on the door. You don't answer. You come outside. You see me outside. You don't say, hey, I have your package. You look right at me and proceed to get in your car. And she said, well, what you want me to do about it? Like I said, who am I? I'm not Amazon. I don't need to walk around delivering people package. I said, well, the right thing you could have did was give it to the landlord. And then she was like, okay, so what do you want? What do you want from me? Instead of saying, you know, because as I'm giving her all of these facts to back up and to tell her what her action was incorrect, she's getting irritated. Okay. So then she goes, okay, what do you want from me? That's when I lost it. I blew up on her. Yes, I did. So now let's move to the present time. I come home and find my surveillance camera unplugged and laying on my banister. So I'm like, that's weird. I noticed that my camera was turned off while I was at work. Like I said, my camera gives me notifications to my phone whenever someone walks by, whatever. And the reason why my camera is outside is because it's an outside camera. Yes, you can put it in the window, but unfortunately, when you put it in the window, it doesn't give you a broad view of the whole surrounding. I have a motion camera where if you walk in front of it, it follows you. It moves. Okay? So when it's inside the home, when it moves, because it's in a window, it will just point towards the windowsill. You won't be able to see the sides. You will only be able to see in front of you because the windowsill will block the viewing of the other area. Okay, so that's why I said, well, I'm gonna just leave it outside, not thinking nothing of it. Okay, so little do these people know that when you walk in front of this camera, I guess they didn't know that it follows you on its own. I'm not turning it. It's just called motion sensor. It tried to get every angle of what's going on. Long story short, so I'm at work and I'm viewing the camera. I notice it says offline. I'm like, why is it offline? So I call the people at the house, like, hey, the camera's offline. They don't know what's going on. I said, don't worry about it. I'll be home in a few, so I'll check it out. I get home, I see the cord dangling. Excuse my hair, because I did this video after hours. Anyways, and so I'm like, what's going on? So I said, well, let me review the camera to see what happened. Because I'm thinking maybe the lawn person accidentally did it. You know, that's fine. Things happen. As long as they set it there. But it was broke on one side. So I'm like, dang. The hell, what they doing tampering with it? Long story short, so as I viewed the camera, the lady that was taking my packages, her kids came. These kids got to be at least, I'm gonna say 11 12 years old. Two of them comes, walk up to my porch, y'all, looks in the camera, and then you can tell they was trying to do what they was doing because their hand didn't go straight and forward. They try to get behind the camera, but the camera spins. So as the camera's spinning, you see their little hands grabbing the camera and it's covering up the camera. Okay, so I don't know. After that, was an adult said put it back. I don't know if adult told him to do it. We don't know. So my thing is, the whole point of the question is, how would you handle it? Knowing that this is a lady that already tried to start conflict with you. Now she got her kid. I don't know if she has her kids doing it or the kids just did it to be nosy or they was curious. Kids do things. I don't know. I'm always trying to think of A, B, C, every scenario. I don't always just jump into, I'm being targeted. They're doing it on purpose. I try to think of everything possible if I was in that situation. Did she tell him to do it? Was the kid just walking by and noticed the camera and was like, oh, what is that? Took it down, took it home, and then she told him put it back. I don't know. But the right thing to do, as me, I would have knocked on the door like, hey, but why would she knock on the door? Because she know that we already had a verbal conflict. I don't know. How would you guys handle that situation? One person wrote in the comments and said, you know, just notify the police of what's going on. So if things arise, you already paper trailed yourself and let them know what's happening. That sounds like a good idea. I might tell the landlord what's going on. You know, email her with the video of them touching my stuff and let them know, like, this is what's going on. But then I don't know if she's going to bring it to her attention, and then that's going to cause conflict. It's like no-win situation. That's going to cause conflict again because she's going to think, you know, how is she going to react to me even telling that to the landlord? But if that was her, she would do the same thing. It's crazy, right? How you can't, you got to overthink to protect your own self. You got to move different. You can't just do the right thing, right? So how would y'all handle that situation? I agree with making a police report, just to let them know that things are happening. But it's crazy because it seems like even when we make reports it falls back on us. They don't tell the truth. They make it seem like you're the one having a conflict. They don't tell like this person made a police report because of this. Because I made a police report, you guys, and when I went to obtain the evidence of this police report, it was not to be found. It said I made a report. That's it. They don't put the details of why I made a report or anything. So it's hard to do the right thing because the police are even involved in making you look stupid. I had made a serious report when it was an assault case and we were the victims, right? And when I came back to obtain evidence because I needed for legal purposes, they said, oh, here's a report. When I got the report, you guys, it just said the date of the incident. Don't say what happened. Don't got no statement. Didn't have the witness statement that was there. Nothing. This is what we're dealing with. Okay, so help me out. How would y'all handle this if anybody has been involved in constant conflict where it's out of your control? Next, in regards to the Amazon packages, let me tell you what happened as an update. So I listened to you guys and I took your advice where you said don't send it to your home, which is sad that we have to go through these measures for something as simple as a neighbor getting your packages. Hey, just return it. It happened to me before. I return people packages. So I changed the shipping address, okay, not the default. So my default address is my current home, but I said ship it to this address, which is a relative's address that's like 7 minutes from me. I was like, no problem. If I have to drive to go pick up my packages, I will. Guess what happened? Amazon still sent the packages to my home. And I even screenshot the shipping information when I placed the order to ship to whom, right? They still sent it to my home. Only reason why I didn't make a big deal about it because it was shipped to my home and nothing happened. I received the products on time, no damage, everything was there. But I called and complained to them like, hey, as you can tell, I requested these items to be shipped to somewhere else. Why are they still being shipped to this address? Okay, the only thing they could come up with, oh, we don't know, but the address that is being shipped to is your default address. So if you change your default address, then it will start going to that place, but it doesn't matter because you can have a default address, which means your reoccurring address that you want items to ship to. But if you buy somebody a gift, you have the option to ship it to whoever you want to. Your default address just reflects the person buying an item. It reflects your billing statement, right? So I was like, that shouldn't matter. If I want to ship my stuff to Texas and my default address says my default address, I should be able to do that. You guys done that before. So if I'm purchasing something and I changed the shipping address, you guys should have shipped to the address. And I told them the conflicts and problems that we're having. So we'll see. I haven't ordered anything since then. But at the same time, other people was like, this is ridiculous. You shouldn't have to go through that. This is sad. Use your address. And if you have a problem again, then the next thing is just all you can do is like just tell the police. We'll see what they'll do about that. But regardless, it's like even if you try to do the right thing, it can escalate because that person is ignorant and they want to cause conflict with you regardless. So even if you just say, I didn't want to deal with you, I'll tell the landlord to get my package, they probably be waiting for you to make a big deal anyway. So long story short, give you an update, especially for those that didn't hear it. What would you guys do? And the reason why this is important, because I know I'm not the only one going through this. I know for a fact how crazy it sounds that I am going through this. It's sad that I know somebody's going through something similar or has been through something similar. So getting back to the question, how do you handle when your neighbors are tampering with your property and you have proof that they're doing it and you know that police is not going to be on your side? And you know, do you just be quiet? Because this is like hard. I feel bullied. I feel like there's a kid at school coming to me asking me for help and you're saying, that's okay, just do nothing, the bullying will finally stop. That's what I feel. Like I gotta be just silent and let it happen. Because everything you do is gonna escalate. But I'm okay with it escalating because I feel like in some matters you have to try to show them like enough is enough. That's why my page is called Enough. Like leave me alone. Right? To the point of not being fearful of what they're doing, but it's just sad that no matter what you do, It's a downside to trying to do the right thing. All right, I didn't want to keep this that long. I'm gonna end it right now. It's like 15 minutes. Once again, like that girl said on TikTok, excuse my hair. Did you guys see that? She said, "Hey y'all, excuse my hair." That's how I feel right now. But it's all good. We family. So, you know, family can see you with the rollers, the hair scarves, the hair done. It is what it is. Talk to you guys.